Hey guys. So I wanted to talk to you today about something a little bit weird or even surprised. Um, I want to talk to you about not just branding, but something that I call anti-branding. What the hell is that? I work with a lot of clients who say to me, Paloma, I am not like other people in my field. And this becomes a reason that they don't feel as confident in themselves. Okay, so let me give an example. Um, a person who works in the area of spiritual healing who doesn't like the idea that people in their field should be starving, like they should be starving artists. If they really want to help the world, then they don't deserve money, right? Um, you know, a lot of people say to me, Paloma, I want to be confident in my area, but I'm unlike other people in my area. And they think that because they have a very different perspective on their area means that they can't get known for doing what they do, or they believe it's some kind of a disadvantage. Anti-branding is taking the thing that's supposedly your disadvantage and making it your advantage. So for example, one of my clients was saying to me, you know, I am really interested in investments and I would love to teach people about investments. The only thing is that I'm young and there are people with 20 years experience on me, okay? So how can I own it as a newbie in the area of investing? I've been doing it for, a couple years for myself, but I'm no Ray Dalio or Warren Buffett. Um, how do I get known as an expert when I'm sort of new to it, right? Well, anti-branding would say, take the thing that is supposedly negative about you and make it your thing and unapologetically own it. So, listen, I think I can't avoid it at this point that my hair is a mess in every fucking video. I try my best. I promise you, I try. But no matter what, it's always like a little bit frizzy, a little bit off, whatever. Okay. People know me for my authenticity. I didn't choose that, but I don't know how to be anyone else that other than who I am, right? And so, it works in my favor too. So I said to this client of mine, you know, then make a YouTube show called Why Should I Trust This Kid with My Money, right? Use the thing. If you are really short, if you are really tall, if people make fun of you for this, if people think of that, own it. I have a friend who is, he's in business, and people always say you're the French black dude. Great. He said, okay, that's how he reminds me who he is. Hey, I'm George, the French black dude. Okay, so use your thing and don't be scared of it. Right? Don't think that's a reason. Don't think that something's going to turn people off. Actually, that's what's charming about you. That's what's endearing about you. I was just talking to a designer friend of mine, and saying how, like, you know what? I know there's Canva, but I love me some Microsoft Paint. And he said, like, that's so you, right? Um, and so when you don't resist the thing that you think you're supposed to do, but instead embrace it and make it part of your thing, that's how you can unapologetically own who you are, what you're about, and what you believe in. And so don't put these criticism and judgments on yourself saying, I can't be this because of this. Whatever the because of this is, that's going to actually be a unique advantage that you have. Um, you know, for example, I was helping people a while ago with their personal statements for grad school, right? I was working with a girl who said to me, I'm an engineer and I want to go into the area of finance. So what are they going to say about me if, I haven't studied finance throughout my undergrad? Do you understand, I said to her, that is such a unique advantage. If you have all people who were, in the area of finance applying to it, you stand out because of it. It is your job to tease out why that's actually an advantage, okay? It's actually an advantage because you're able to, bring together the best of both fields, or, you take a little bit of an approach from this field, or, that intersection is a rare intersection. It could be valuable because blank, right? It's your job to figure out why this thing about you actually works to your advantage, right? So yes, there will definitely be slick, polished, entrepreneurs who are always wearing a suit, whose hair is always perfect, whose makeup never smudges like mine does all the time. And they have some advantages. And yet people trust me and people like me because I am who I am. I could be your friend, and I would love to be your friend. And as a result, anything that you think is a disadvantage, and this doesn't just go for business, this is in life, right? Something that I sort of felt embarrassed about for a long time is that I feel really like I have a lot of ADD tendencies. It's hard for me to sit still. It's hard for me to not interrupt people. I fidget all the time. Like I always have a pen in my hand that I'm clicking, or I'm tapping my fingers. I'm very energetic, right? And for a long time, I thought that this was like such a bad thing because, some people think it's inconsiderate, or some people misunderstand you. But the amazing thing is, whatever your challenge is, whatever you're against, whatever doesn't work for you, really is an advantage. Like, there's no way that I would have been able to work with like 8 hours in a row of one-on-one clients when I first started out if it weren't for the fact that I have this inexhaustible energy and restlessness. Like, I love people. If you put me in an elevator with someone for 24 hours, we could have an incredible, mind-blowing conversation. My curiosity would never be extinguished, right? And so, yes, it's something that sort of drives me nuts. Sometimes it drives my family members nuts, or my dear friends nuts, because I'm like, oh, this. I have so many like ideas. They're like, okay, Paloma, chill out, tone it down. And I'm like, tone it down? You tone it up, It's like, so it is so okay to unapologetically own your thing that you think is a disadvantage is really an advantage. They say your adversity is your advantage. What do they say? Totally forgot what they say. But but I just want to make it okay for you to realize the branding possibilities of taking the thing that you think is so, oh my God, I can't say this. Maybe you had, a drug problem and you were selling drugs, and you didn't realize that you were an entrepreneur when you were 15 on the corner selling drugs. And later on, you became an incredible leader of an organization because of the fact that you started out with this sort of, difficult history. You might think, oh, that's so shameful. I can't talk about that. That doesn't serve me. Actually, your ability to unapologetically own that thing that you think, oh God, I cannot say this out loud. It's too shameful. It's too embarrassing. It makes me feel like I'm unqualified. Who am I to do this? I'm not enough. All of this stuff that we tell ourselves, these annoying thought mosquitoes that we want to squish or gently, peacefully live with. All of those things are part of your anti-branding. Who you are is also who you're not, okay? I am not Wall Street, okay? That's not who I am. I'm a business person, but I'm not the business person who sees you as a number, okay? I'm the business person who invites you to be imperfect because you bet your butt I'm going to be imperfect. I'm a human. I'm trying my best. My best is excellent. And still there are things that I would love to improve. And so I invite people to be imperfect with me because I will be imperfect, right? So own your thing. Own your thing, In Japanese, the word for crisis is the same. It translates to dangerous opportunity. In every crisis, in everything that you're against, maybe if there's something that you don't like about your field, if you're in politics and you find politics to be kind of sleazy, you can say that, listen, I am a wife of a farmer. I have 7 kids, and I did not want to go into politics because I was afraid there wasn't space for me. Well, guess what? I'm just like you, and I want to represent you, blah, 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 right? So, like, use your thing. And if you don't want to use your thing, that's fine, but don't be scared of your thing and don't apologize for your thing. Own your thing. Own your baggage. Own your history. Own what you've been through. It makes you the person that can serve other people who are like you, who are the before to your after. So don't be scared of your thing. Use it as a powerful tool of anti-branding. If you're a little bit quieter, if you're shy, you could be like, I'm that quiet tech dude. It's so funny in these like BuzzFeed tasty videos. I don't know if you've ever seen them. There's Adam, the sound guy, right? He doesn't say a word. He's like quiet as a mouse. But every scene ends with him picking at the food quietly, and it's sort of like the punchline now, right? That's anti-branding. That's like something that you might think that you might not want to be known for, being like really like, this is not just quiet, shy. This is like, he speaks so quietly you can't hear him. But it's become a good thing because they haven't been afraid of it. They haven't erased it, apologized for it, censored it. They've just put it out there and said, this is my thing. And I'm comfortable with it, and I accept it, and I'm happy with it. And maybe I'm working on it. I'm human, I'm flawed, and it's okay. When you are comfortable with yourself, other people are comfortable with you. So think about, as your homework, what is the thing that you think, oh God, people can't find out about this or I would be ruined. I'm not saying like expose the fact that, like, I don't know, if you're like a murderer, you probably don't want to be like, I'm the murderer real estate agent. But like, whatever your thing is, can be used for good, can be used as part of your branding, can be used as part of your manifesto, your philosophy. Who we are is also who we are not, is also what we reject, also what we're against. And as a brand, you cannot be everything for everyone. Some people will not like you. Some people will not get you. Some people will find you annoying. Some people will say that person's a poser. Some people will say that person's fake. Some people will say that person's a mess. It doesn't matter what other people think of you is really not your business. If people fall away, great. People leave my group, great. If people get off my list, great. Call that list cleaning, because now it's purer and purer that my people have stronger and stronger access to me, as other people, they either self-select or they leave. And that's totally fine. Own your thing. Love your thing. Don't be scared of it. And go do some crazy ass anti-branding. Okay, darling.